The 3160 and the 4120 year after year has been very popular because they meet a lot of customers' needs. They've got a lot of features and have a great value in all the accessories that you get with it. They look very similar, and some of the major questions we get are what are the differences in these two models? We're going to briefly show you feature differences and accessory differences in these two machines. This year's model is the 3160G, and the G stands for grape. Has a purple color on the front here. This machine is going to give you 60 of the most popular stitches. Now, all the stitches on these machines, I can adjust the length and the width in tenths of millimeters. So you have very precise stitch length and stitch width settings that we can adjust them to. It will have the carrying handle. The channel to threading is really easy on these machines. I can easily get the threads in all the thread guides where I need to. When I get down to my needle, I do have a built-in needle threader on the machine. Easily allows me to thread that needle. I don't know about you, the older I get, I have to get the glasses out to thread it front to back. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I really do like the needle plates on these machines. They have a larger metal needle plate that has markings in them. You can get seam allowances. There is a place we can actually screw in a metal seam gauge. 3160 will come with that. I do have the accessory tray that I can remove if I want to do free arm sewing, and I keep all my accessories in the tray. And I also do like the way that the tray opens toward me. As I'm sitting at the machine, I can get whatever I need to, put it back, keep everything nice, neat, and organized. I don't have to worry about it. On the back side of the machine, I will have a drop feed lever so I can drop those feed dogs for doing free motion work, or if I'm putting on a button, darning a hole, things of that nature. I'm able to get those feed dogs out of the way. I really do like the extra high lift under the presser foot so I can get thicker materials underneath it. I have a detailed video on the 3160 on our website showing how it can easily go through 8 layers of denim. We can sew from that to a stretch material to a standard cotton. I'm not going to have to adjust tensions. The tensions are not finicky on these machines. I can pretty much leave it between setting 4 and 5. I'll never have to worry about changing a tension. Every so often you may run into a strange fabric where you will need to change tension. Hey, we've got you covered. We can help you with any of those kind of adjustments. Just pick up the phone and give one of our technicians a call. We can walk you through that over the phone. We do have the adjustable pressure on these machines. Now, not all Janomes will be made this way. Here I can override the amount of pressure being pressed down onto my presser foot. So if I'm working with a lighter weight material, I may need to back that off, or a thicker material where I need to make sure I've got that presser foot on there nice and snug. So I can adjust that and get it to my liking. Once you get it set, it'll work with most of the materials that you're working with. The 3160 is going to give me an easy to use computer board on the front of the machine. I have all my controls right here in front of me. The number one feature that I get told to me over and over again is I'm so glad I bought this machine because I have the built-in scissor. I can push this button, it's going to snip my bobbin and top thread for me at my beck and call. We will have a little razor on the side of the machine when I'm finishing a sew off. I can rake that through, but that's super nice to have on a machine. I will have the needle up, needle down feature so I can set the machine to stop, needle in the fabric, and there's times I want to do that, and have it set needle out of the fabric. I will have the auto lock feature, and the auto lock ties that stitch off for me underneath so the stitch is hidden and out of the way. No more messy back tacks. You'll never know you did a back tack because here it's hidden for me. That's just going to improve the look of your garment or quilt or whatever you're doing. On top, I won't see that back tack anymore, and I don't have to worry about the thread coming unraveled. Now the machine will have standard reverse. I do have the start stop button. If I don't want to use my foot control, and it will come with one, I can use the start stop button to operate the machine. I can override the speed of the machine here with this slider. So even if I have my foot control pressed all the way down, I can back that off. So I make sure I don't make a mistake for whatever that I'm sewing or doing. The stitch selection on the 3160 gives you all the major stitches you're going to need and then some. You can grow into this machine. I have 60 of the most popular stitches here. I can adjust those lengths and widths on all my sewing patterns. I have straight stitches, overcast stitches, blind hems, blanket stitches, entre-deux stitches, several applique stitches, and also I have the old-timey feather stitch or briar stitch. I will have a few decorative stitches on the machine. I do have the one-step buttonholes built in on this machine. It will come with a specialized one-step buttonhole foot, so I can put the button that I'm working with in it, and it's going to size it every time to that particular button. Really nice to have. Now, the 3160 and the 4120 here are the same quality. There's no difference. Janome does not skimp on quality, has the same quality working components, motor, everything. The computer board on this machine is going to be made a little bit differently. There's a lot more stitches built in on the 4120. It has double the amount of stitches. I will get all my quilting, utility, and garment construction stitches, plus I have alphabet fonts built in for doing quilt labels, garment tags. That's really nice to have on the machine. We have a super buy going on the 4120. I can get a 4120 for the same price right now as the 3160. Got special rebates going on it. So when you call us, ask about the special, give us an email, drop us a line anytime. We'll be glad to help you. Now the 4120, you'll see a lot of similarities on the computer controls on this machine. The keypad is laid out a little bit differently right here, that I can dial up the stitch that I'm working with here, and then I'm able to adjust the stitch length and stitch width settings right here in front of me, so I don't have to push a lot of buttons to get to where I'm wanting to go. It's all laid out here, very easy for me. Here I can combine stitches because I have the alphabets built in. There's more modes built in on this machine. So I'll have to make sure that I have it on the correct mode. There will be a stitch diagram that comes with it that I can have in front of me. You can even mount it to the top of the machine here, and I can know what stitch I'm on at any given time. And I can dial up my stitch just by pushing the number, and the machine will pull it up here. I have a bigger screen. I can see exactly what stitch I'm on. It recommends the presser foot that I need to use. The width and length settings right here. Threading is going to be the same on this machine. I've got channeled all the way down to the needle, and I will have that needle threader built in. I do have the adjustable pressure here. I will have the built-in scissor. I do have the needle up, needle down feature. I've got the auto lock, reverse, and I can use this machine with or without the foot control with that start stop. But you will notice an additional button right here, and this for twin needle sewing. There are stitches built in on the 4120 that I can engage for twin needle sewing. I can do twin needle sewing on the 3160, but this is enhanced on the 4120. Machine will have the accessory trays the same. The head on this machine is identical to the 3160. Now let's talk a little bit about the accessories that's going to come with these machines. Both of these machines are loaded out with accessories. You will get extra spool caps, extra bobbins and needles. I've got the seam ripper, I got a little lint brush. I will have the overcast and over edge foot. I got a zipper foot, and I have a satin stitch foot. Plus you're going to get the bonus quilting kit with both of these machines. In the bonus kit, I'm going to get my 1/4 inch foot, my open toe foot. I get a quilt bar. I'll get the walking foot. These machines have the ability for us to screw down a seam gauge. You will get the large metal seam gauge, and I have an open toe free motion stippling foot. That's going to come standard with both of these machines. Also with both of them, I'm going to get the quilting table. This is made specifically to fit these models. It helps you give support to the left of your garment where you need it. When I'm working with a larger piece of material like a quilt or maybe dressmaking and things of that nature. There is a ruler built in on the table as well to help us do some measuring. And I'm also going to get the hard cover. That's for when I'm transporting the machine. It has a place in the top so I can pull out my handle on the machine, and then I'm able to go to class. Or when I'm storing the machine, it just helps keep dust off my machine, and that's what robs your oil supply quicker than anything.